The birthplace of America's famous short track. It's Hickory Motor Speedway, and we're ready for the next stop of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series here in Newton, North Carolina at the famed Hickory Motor Speedway, where tonight the drivers of 600 horsepower Go Fast prepare to take on this 3/10 mile great facility, nicknamed the birthplace of the NASCAR stars, as the Koma Unwind Modifieds get ready for a great night of racing in the American Freedom 125. I'm Wesley Outland. The crowd's already lining up on the Independence Day weekend. Are y'all ready to see some modified racing? How about it? People might not know about the history of motorsports, but modified racing was the first true strictly sanctioned body that was created back in 1948. And since its inception, it has grown to leaps and bounds. As far as tonight, as the drivers of the Koma Unwind Modified Series get ready to go at it. Drivers like Burt Myers, Tim Brown, Jeremy Mayfield, and many, many others ready to go at it. So up the ramp we go. Exciting racing coming up at Hickory Motor Speedway with the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. Without further ado, we want to acknowledge one driver. Start the race tonight. He had in practice. The driver of the number 3 of Danny Prost had some motor issues and was not able to run the A-Main 125. With that said, here is your starting lineup for tonight's American Freedom 125 for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. Starting 20th, car number 83 out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Give it up to Mr. Cale Gale, everybody. Cale Gale. Starting 19th, driver of car number 10. Ready to go in the number 12 car. Starting 19th in the Nationwide Insurance entry at North Carolina, Mr. Mike Norman. Starting 18th, car number 2. He drives the Gershow Recycling entry from Center Reach, New York, J.R. Bertuccio. To his inside, starting 18th, car number 9, driver the number 10. He's out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Give it up to the driver of the Koma Unwind Sutton Racing. Big dog, Johnny Sutton. Row number 8, starting 15th. Driver of car number 43 in the Diamondback Towing entry from Mooresville, North Carolina, David Calabrese. Winner of the Semper Fi 125 back in Memorial Day weekend at Coastal Plains Raceway in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Starting 14th. Driver of car number 4L, making his first ever modified start tonight. Give it up to the driver, the Watson Enterprises entry from Walkertown, North Carolina, Scott Hall. Starting 13th, inside row number 7, driving the car number 2L in the Thompson Motorsports entry from High Point, North Carolina, Austin Thompson. Starting 12th, car number 45 out of Burlington, North Carolina. Please welcome the driver of the Young's Racing Enterprises entry, Hollywood Harry Young Jr. Starting in 11th, car number 34. He resides out of Cleveland, North Carolina. The Gershaw Recycling Nichols Racing entry. Give it up for Josh Nichols. And now your top 10. Starting 10th, car number 80. Out of King, North Carolina, in the Limitless Walls entry, Mike Speeney. Starting 9th, car number 54, out of Mooresville, North Carolina, in the Jeff Foltz Racing entry, Mr. Rocket Jeff Foltz. Always a competitor in models. He's always ran UARA and pass here tonight. He will go at it in the modifieds. Getting ready for our next starter, starting 8th, car number 9. He resides in Mooresville, North Carolina, in the Sheffield Motorsports entry. Give it up for Bobby Sheffield. Starting in 7th, car number 59. Race fans, give her a warm introduction. I know everybody Media was hyped up for her to come tonight. From Hebron, Connecticut, the Ed Bennett Properties. Give it up for Renee Dupree, everybody. Renee Dupree. And she's online at reneedupree.com. Starting sixth, car number 4. In the Adams Towing, Corks, Caps and Taps, Fitzgerald Attorney at Law, Southern Vapes, Moorfield Enterprises entry from Walton, Carolina. Give it up to Jason Meyer. Now your top 5 starters. Starting 5th, car number J2, former Sprint Cup winner out of Owensboro, Kentucky, now from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, driving the Koma Unwind Relaxation Drink entry. Give it up to J Deuce, Jeremy Mayfield. Starting fourth, car number 79. He resides out of Dawsonville, Georgia, driving the 21 means 21 Coors Light LeBlue Water Hillbilly Racing Limitless Walls entry. Give it up to the young buck, Spencer Davis. Speedway, the Citrus Safe, Grill Cleaners, Adams Towing and Wrecking, Speedway Auto Auction number 1 out of Kernersville, North Carolina, Bert the Ace Myers. And on your front row, starting on the outside, car number 31 out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in the Scott's Custom Cabinets entry, Zach Brewer. And your quick qualifier for tonight's American Freedom 125 with a speed of 15.545 seconds. The inaugural Hickory in March. Please welcome the Ace Jewelers, Mobile One, TNC Motorsports entry from Tobaccoville, North Carolina, the Rocket, Tim Brown. There is your starting line tonight's American Freedom 125. How about it, Hickory Motor Speedway? Make some noise as they get buckled in. Here they come. This is going to be an awesome event. $125 laps for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. Going to be an outstanding show. 50-50. Don't forget, last call for the 50-50. In the grandstand area, $1 for 1 ticket. 7 tickets for $5. $10 gets you 16, and 35 tickets for $20. Couple of more laps before we get things going. Oh, it's going to be a great show. Hickory Motor Speedway, let me hear you over the sound of those 600 horsepower missiles. Rock the announcer booth. Are you ready? Two to go. Two remaining before we go green. I say again, we're coming to 1 to go. Everybody, they're doubled up. Get on your feet, make some noise. Hickory Motor Speedway. We're getting ready for the American Modified 125. Let him hear you. 1 to go. The lights are off on the pace car. We are set for the event. 125 laps. Down the back straightaway. They're going to call off. They're going to call off the start. Caution is coming out. They're going to call off the start. They're going to making sure that the transponders are working on all of the cars. They're making sure all transponders are working on the cars. And there's an issue going on with the 45 of Gary Young Jr. to boot. They're going to check them cars out, make sure everything's working properly. And I believe he's back rolling again. So he will go to the back. And we're ready to go now for the main event. Gary Young Jr. will start at the rear. He had a mechanical issue, had some type of problem. Therefore, he will start at the rear in the number 45. With that said, Hickory Motor Speedway, you wanted the best. You've got them to abreast. The 600 horsepower missiles that live by the grace of God and the famed 600 horsepower. Everybody make some noise. We're green flag with the modifieds. American Freedom 125. Underway. 125 laps is the distance, and out in front it's Tim Brown in the early going on lap 1 this time by. Zach Brewer is second. Third is Spencer Davis. And it's going to be the field crossing the line now for lap number 2 of 125. Tim Brown out in front, leading the way. Zach Brewer trying to close in. Here comes Spencer Davis. He does a little bump draft on trouble in turn 2. We got 2 cars around in the corner. 45, Gary Young Jr. involved. And another car caught up in it. And the yellow flag out in the early going on lap number 2. The number 12 with damage of Mike Norman and the 45 of Gary Young Jr. And the yellow linen will come out for the first time in the event.
Cleanup
on
after
lap
our first caution flag in the
2.
early going, just 2 laps in. Here's an interview with the founder of BBevco Beverages and the president of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, Mr. Brian Weber, from earlier in the day.
Getting ready for the excitement of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series here at Hickory Motor Speedway in the American Freedom 125, and we're going to talk to the founder of BBevco out of Statesville, North Carolina, Beverages and the Koma Unwind Relaxation Drink, and the president of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, Brian Weber. Mr. Weber, how excited are you to be back at Hickory and where things have developed since March when this got announced getting started, and now we're in the summer months of the inaugural year?
Well, we're just fascinated to be back here. We had a great turnout when we came here the first race. We had some debacles with some scoring. We had 3 races and 6 winners, but we figured it out. We've got the scoring down pat. We ran some commercials. We ran some radio. We expect a huge turnout today. We have a lot more cars than we've been featuring, and what else can you say? We're going to have a lot of cars. We're going to have a lot of fans, and we're going to have a lot of relaxation drinks going out tonight.
Talking to Brian Weber again from BBevco. Of course, they are the proud organization with the Koma Unwind Relaxation Drink. Remember, you can go to komaunwind.com for all information and at Koma Unwind News on Twitter. And just talk about how exciting it is to have Koma Unwind, the relaxation drink. This is not the type of energy drink that gets you pumped up. This chills you down. This relaxes you. And I'm telling you, since I've came on as the announcer for the tour, I've drank a couple of cases. I think I've drank about 2 12-packs. And they work at night. They work at night. I can actually feel myself getting ready to fall asleep. It really unwinds you.
Yeah, I mean, several years ago when I first developed this product, a lot of people thought I was Christopher Columbus trying to sail around the world with a vision and an idea. And here we are 5 years almost to the day. And we're chilling people out, whether they have stress, anxiety, sleep problems. We have a solution for people, giving up Adderall, giving up, sleep meds, or just in the afternoon they want to push back on the wine or the beer, and they're chilling out with a Koma Unwind. And quite frankly, there's a lot of people in this country and in this world that need this type of relaxation without intoxication and no calories in our Zero brand. So it's great.
Brian, final question. Where do you want to see the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series go for 2015 and beyond?
Well, when we started on this project, as everybody in the business knows, I'm a racer. I have a couple modifieds. I've raced Camping World trucks, Nationwide, Arca. I don't have time to drive as much as I'd like to, and that's secondary to this now. But, my goals going forward is that we're going to build a touring series. This is not, the weekend you have off, come race with us. This is a touring series. I've been part of the American Canadian Tour and every NASCAR series, the UARA. I want to take us, 6-7 hours out 4 or 5 times a year to build our brand in new parts of the country, middle Florida, middle Tennessee, middle Pennsylvania, and then stay close to home for 7-8 times a year and give our, some of our guys a break. But I also want to have a purse that's respectable like it was when I was racing in the earlier days, where a winner could be proud of winning $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and a guy can make the race and pay for the tires. And if we put people in the stands, the promoters will pay the purse, and we'll build brand loyalty, short track race, and we'll be alive and well in Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series.
Well, Brian, thank you so much. Brian Weber with the Koma Unwind Relaxation Drink, and again, BBevCo, the folks that put the drink together, located at Statesville. Remember, you can follow them online at KomaUnwind.com, at Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series on Facebook, and on Twitter at Koma Unwind MMS for the racing series and for racing news, as well as for the official news on the Koma Unwind drink at Koma Unwind News on Twitter. And that's Brian Weber here at Hickory Motor Speedway as we get ready for the American Freedom 125. South Carolina, it's an awesome race facility. It reminds me so much of this great heritage here at Hickory, North Carolina. And we're going to Anderson, South Carolina for the South Carolina 125 Friday night, August the 15th. 1 to go. I'm sorry, we're being shown 2 to go. 2 to go before we go back to the green flag. 2 to go before back to green. 2 to go. Two to go before the green flag. And what a race here tonight in the early going. Caution laps do not count. Remember, we're only on lap number 2. 1 to go. Hickory, make some noise for your favorite driver as they come down the main straightaway. The Rocket, Tim Brown, he's out in front. Zach Brewer in second. Spencer Davis third. Jeremy Mayfield and Burt Myers your top 5. Rene Dupree is 6th. Jeff Foltz 7th. Jason Myers 8th. Bobby Sheffield is 9th. And Mike Speeney, the top 10. Here they come. We're back to green here at Hickory. And Tim Brown jumping out in front. Zach Brewer, the number 2 spot. They're going to battle door to door with Spencer Davis now in that mix. They all roar down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Tim Brown under attack on the outside lane. Here comes Zach Brewer, the young man in the 31 from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Zach Brewer trying to come to the front. And also Jeremy Mayfield moving up to the number 2 spot. Jeremy Mayfield is up to second. They're 3 wide out of turn 4. Mike Speeney in the mix. That could have been intense. Speeney goes to the bottom of the racetrack. They're going to also battle out into 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. And out in front is car number 02, Tim Brown, leading the way. In the early going, new leader, Jeremy Mayfield. Jeremy Mayfield goes to the point, and the crowd's beside themselves at Hickory Motor Speedway. Jeremy Mayfield to the lead. Spencer Davis, the young talent from Dawsonville, Georgia, goes to second. Tim Brown falls back to third. Zach Brewer, your top 4, and Jeff Foltz, the top 5. Josh Nichols also starting to sneak his way in there. They go down the back straightaway going into turn 3. It's Jeremy Mayfield. Mayfield out in front and leading the way. The J2, they're 2 deep up in turn number 3. Exiting off the corner. Mayfield charging out in front. Spencer Davis second.
Jeff Foltz, the super late model ace here at Hickory, is in third. Josh Nichols fourth, and Zach Brewer the top five. They're going back off into the corner. Great racing continuing along. These drivers duking it out in the early going. They're 3 wide almost out of turn 4. Number 12 caught up in the middle of Mike Norman. Mike Norman in the 12 stuck in the middle as they go down the back straightaway back into the corner, and still Jeremy Mayfield leads. 3 wide with Burt Myers in the middle with Bobby Sheffield and Tim Brown. Sheffield and Myers coming to the front. Tim Brown drifting to the back. Problems on Tim Brown. The Rocket's in trouble. He's mid-pack now. And Mayfield, the J Deuce, leads the show. We're at lap number 12 of 125 here at Hickory Motor Speedway. With the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series down the back straightaway, they're going to turn number 3. It's still going to be Jeremy Mayfield out in front. Mayfield leads the way. Battle for the lead on the inside. Here comes Josh Nichols. He'll pull to the bottom and try to take the top spot away from Mayfield for the lead in turn 3. Jeremy Mayfield goes to second. Josh Nichols in the 34 goes to position number 1. Spencer Davis is in third. Zach Brewer fourth. Jeff Foltz, excuse me. You've got a 4-car battle battling for the lead in the American Freedom 125, and then you got them all goggled up like it's a Daytona draft out of turn 4. One wrong slip, and there can be trouble behind that backpack draft led by the 43 of Coastal Plains winner, David Calabrese. They come into the corner, back in the corner. Door to door for the lead one more time. Here comes Mayfield, wanting it back on the bottom on Josh Nichols. Nichols on the outside. Jeremy Mayfield on the inside. They're door to door. Mayfield on the bottom of the racetrack. Josh Nichols will throw the block, and Jeff Foltz and Spencer Davis are ready to strike. 4 cars for the lead. What a show at Hickory! Turn 2 on the back straightaway. They go into turn 3 now. And still, Jeremy Mayfield out in front. Jeremy Mayfield out in front. Started this race 5th. Moved his way to the lead again as Josh Nichols falls back to second here at Hickory Motor Speedway in the early going of the American Freedom 125. What a race, what an event. And still in the early going on lap number 20. 105 laps to go. And Jeremy Mayfield is leading the way. He was the quick car. He was the quick car in practice. Started 5th for the feature tonight. And now looking to be the top victor and claim his first Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series victory tonight. Former NASCAR star Jeremy Mayfield now driving in the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, driving the Koma Unwind 2 car. There's his thoughts of racing at a great place like Hickory and his thoughts of running on the series. In the pits here at Hickory Motor Speedway, we're going to talk to the driver of the J2 entry of the Bevco Koma Unwind Troyer chassis from Owensboro, Kentucky, now residing from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina. Jeremy Mayfield, former NASCAR Sprint Cup racer. Jeremy, how's things going for you at Hickory today?
Man, our car's been really good. The Koma Unwind Modified's just been super, and got a great bunch of guys here with Dave Brigotti's allowed me to drive his car, and it's a really fast car, and just we were good in practice, and hopefully we just carried on through qualifying and get in the race and run the same in the race.
And of course, Mayfield was the quick man on the time trial run overall. And does that give you an advantage being a former racer running the NASCAR Busch Series nationwide events and running here at Hickory Motor Speedway to build your career to run in these modifieds tonight?
Well, this is a whole different deal here. You know, the modifieds are totally different way of racing, and I've had to learn a lot. The last few weeks we've been running the cars, but they're fun. They're a lot of fun, and I think just a racer in general. There's a lot of good racers in this series, and we're still trying to figure it out, but right now we're getting better and better every week.
Of course, Jeremy Mayfield running full-time in the Koma Unwind J2 entry from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina. But I want to dab into something else. J2 Mayfield on YouTube, and you're trying to bring the story about all the things that happened with you and your career in NASCAR and how you're taking a stand with what happened. And, tell everybody real quickly about what you're doing.
Well, I mean, it's real simple. The J2 is just Jeremy the second time around, a comeback. And that's what we're trying to do. And, before I could do all this and comeback racing, I needed to let the fans know our side of the story. That's something that never got out. The media just kind of kept it all one-sided pretty much and never really hurt us. So, we want to make sure that we got our story out and let people know exactly what happened on our end and then move on. And that's what we've been able to do. And I've had great opportunities come our way, here, especially this team here with Dave and all these guys have given me a great opportunity to do that. And it's been a great deal so far. People are starting to really understand what really happened. And that's all we're trying to do is just let everybody know that there's two sides to every story and we're getting our side out there.
Jeremy, could tonight be the night where you go into victory lane and grab that first Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series win?
Well, I hope so. That's what we're here for, and really excited about it. I'm just trying not to get too over anxious about it, but I'm really confident in the way the car's running and the way that the guys are working on the car. And it's just super fast, and but still, you got to have a lot of luck, and you got to have a lot of things go your way to win these races. And if we have any luck at all, we'll be at front somewhere.
One of the great talents in NASCAR and now running in the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series in the J2 for the second time in his career, ready to look for victory lane tonight at Hickory Motor Speedway from Owensboro, Kentucky, Jeremy Mayfield. Jeremy Mayfield leads. Bobby Sheffield has now moved to second. Spencer Davis up to third. Jeff Foltz in the battle with Josh Nichols, and Bert the Ace Myers coming inside the top five. He's in sixth. Working lap 33 of 125 for the American Freedom 125 for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series here tonight at Hickory Motor Speedway. 90 laps to go now. They're coming up on it here as Mayfield starting to open the ground on Sheffield. Sheffield's moved to the number 2 spot. Bobby Sheffield in the number 9 entry. The Sheffield Motorsports entry from Mooresville, North Carolina. 35 laps in, 90 to go here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And still Mayfield's out in front. Here comes Spencer Davis. He's going to battle with Jeff Foltz. Foltz goes to his inside. They're going to go door to door back into the corner. And Bert the Ace Myers is 2 car lengths behind him, ready to strike as he's just got in the top 5. They battle off the corner into turn 3, door to door. Into turn 4, Foltz on the inside, Davis on the outside. Here comes Myers and Nichols, and that battle continues as they go back into turn 1. Tim Brown on the outside lane. He's going to now have Zach Brewer to deal with. Zach Brewer goes to the bottom of Brown in turn 3. Here comes Bert the Ace Myers, winner at Ace Speedway. He'll try to make a pass on Spencer Davis to get inside 4th position. He'll go to the inside of Davis in turn 2 and try to make it stick. He got loose in the Troyer chassis and backs off. Now he'll go door to door, pinching it up with Foltz on the bottom. And here they go. Someone's got to back off. They could have went 3 wide. They thought better of it. And it's going to be Myers on the inside of the machine of Davis now. Davis on the outside lane. And Jeff Foltz is watching this all in his rearview mirror. 38 laps of 125 in the American Freedom 125 here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And what a show. Now lap 40. Green flag, 41 laps into it. Daytona's been rescheduled, but we're rocking and rolling here tonight with the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series at Hickory. And what an event. New leader Bobby Sheffield goes to position 1 on lap 42. 4th lead change of the race. And it's just 40 laps. We've not even got to halfway. And they have to make a pit stop. Oh, so many things have to happen. They might pit during green. They might pit under caution. We might see a caution. Here comes another battle brewing up. Here comes Foltz on the outside. Josh Nichols to the inside. Well, they battle door to door. He's in front of Bert Myers. And here comes also Tim Brown and Zach Brewer and Spencer Davis and Cale Gale, Rene Dupree, all in that mix. Trouble brewing in the backpack from 7th on back. Any time now, if there's somebody makes a slip. Meanwhile, it's all Bobby Sheffield leading. Not anymore. New leader, Jeremy Mayfield, goes back to the front at Hickory. Jeremy Mayfield to the lead on lap 46 of 125. It's still going to be Sheffield out in front. He was there, not anymore. They come to the scoring loop, and it's Jeremy Mayfield, the former NASCAR Sprint Cup winner from Owensboro, Kentucky, now from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, leading the way for the American Freedom 125. 46 laps into it. About 80 laps to go or more. 78 laps to go, excuse me. And what an event. Great view from here, ain't it, when you see it? Awesome view. Love it when the modifieds come to Hickory. What a show they put on. Next stop will be August the 15th at Anderson Motor Speedway in Anderson, South Carolina. SouthernModTour.com, the official website to go to and to keep up with all the action at Hickory Motor Speedway, HickoryMotorspeedway.com. Working lap number 50, this time by. Lap 50 this time by, and still out in front is still Jeremy Mayfield. Jeremy Mayfield with an awesome performance, looking for his first career Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series victory, driving the Koma Unwind colors. Sheffield leads, 75 to go. Naked now 74. Mayfield still out in front. Sheffield's in second, but guess who's closing in? Bert the Ace Myers, Zach Brewer, Josh Nichols. They're all coming. Up to the wall goes Tim Brown trying to battle Spencer Davis. At the stripe, they go back to turn one. One caution has stopped this race for a Gary Young Jr. spin in turn number 2. Other than that, we've been clean and green to the, so far, lap 70. Or excuse me, lap 55. 70 laps to go. 70 remaining for the American Freedom 125 at Hickory Motor Speedway. Caution! Caution on the speedway! Problems on the racetrack somewhere! Caution on the speedway. We are reporting debris on the racetrack. Debris on the speedway, lap number 55. We've got debris on the racetrack, and we're going to send out our Hickory Motor Speedway safety crew to pick it up. Debris on the racetrack has been spotted from one of our officials. Yellow flag out on lap 55. 70 to go. We're 8 to halfway. Cars coming on the pit road. David Calabrese making a stop. He was the Simplify 125 winner at Coastal Plains. Looks like they're going to change a tire, and he will be on his way. They can make a pit stop. Everybody, oh my goodness, we made some money tonight. Money, money, money. Who's going to get their share of it now? $293 worth. If you have this winning ticket number, come and see me in the announcer booth. First floor, first suite floor out of turn 4 to claim your money. Ticket number 708233. Ticket number 708233. If you have that winning ticket number, you have won $293. David Calabrese, obviously with a suspension issue on his car, he'll come to pit road, give it a quick look-see one more time, and he'll pull back out. He made an extra pit stop. Go down and see. Okay. We're not going to have you come to the announcer booth. Come down. Yeah, we're doing TV. Come down and see the lady at the 50-50 booth down there where the Coca-Cola sign is, where you got your ticket at. She'll have it. Cars are on pit road. Mayfield's in the pits. Burt Myers is in. Zach Brewer is in. Spencer Davis is in. Tim Brown is in. Jeff Foltz is in. And this is how I love it because it's kind of like doing MRN pit reporting. Everybody is all good. They're going to jack up right sides of the cars on Mayfield. He's going to take on a new side of rubber in the right rear. And of course also J.R. Bertuccio. They're going to jack up the back of the chassis on the 2 car as Mike Speeney comes to his pit stall. Here comes Tim Brown. He's on pit road. He's going to take on a new side of right rear rubber. They're going to jack up the back end of the number 12 car, Mike Norman. Norman's car is in. Zach Brewer's out of the pit road. Bert the Ace Myers is out of the pits. Here comes the jack going down on Tim Brown. He's got a problem. He has got to back up his car to be able to get forward momentum to leave the pits. He'll do so. Jason Myers leaves the pits as still Bertuccio, Mayfield, Davis, and others all on pit road. Rene Dupree hit pit road in the 59 as well. Cars making that one pit stop, that mandatory pit stop you have to make, just going down. Caution out. Caution laps do not count. We're 55 laps in, 70 to go. We'll check out the new running order. We will get ready for the Koma Cone. It'll be coming on the racetrack in just a minute. The Koma Cone, where drivers can choose the inside or the outside of their decisions. When we get timing and scoring correct, the officials will let the drivers decide whether to go to the inside or the outside, inside or outside. The Koma Cone coming up here in just a moment. You'll see it be put on the front straight away. To decide where this race will continue. Caution out, second one of the night. Lap number 55 in the race. Bobby Sheffield coming back out as the leader. Cars that were in the front came to the pits to make that pit stop. We'll see how they shuffle back around. Fans, how about it though? Are you enjoying this race? Give these guys a round of applause if you are. Come on, Hickory. What a great show they're putting on. Next stop, August the 15th, Anderson Motor Speedway. Anderson, South Carolina. The Koma SC 125. Okay, race fans, this is what I want you to do. Everybody has their cell phones. Get your cell phones out. Come on, let me see you flash them up. Get out your cell phones for me. I want you to go to Twitter. I want you to go to Facebook. I want you to go to anything you want to go on your social media. And I want you to take a picture of yourself right now, wherever you are in the grandstand, on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, and put hashtag Koma Unwind Selfie. Hashtag Koma Unwind Selfie. So everybody do it right now. If you're in the suites, I want you to do it. If you're in the tower in turns 1 and 2, I want you to do it. All down the main grandstand. Pull out. I'm going to do it myself. You don't believe me? I'm going to do it right now. Okay, Wesley at work. The Koma Unwind Selfie. Everybody, wherever you're at in the grandstand, I'm going to get a shot of the racetrack here. Oh, man, what an awesome shot of Hickory Motor Speedway. Koma
the Rocket Tim Brown, the most recent
selfie.
winner here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And, of course, we got an interview with him in the pits earlier this afternoon.
Put it on
his
Facebook,
thoughts
put
of
it on
preparing
Twitter,
for the American Freedom
Instagram,
125 and racing at this great
Koma
facility
Unwind
that is Hickory Motor
Selfie.
Speedway.
And we're going
Back in the pits here at Hickory Motor Speedway with the Koma
Thank
Unwind
you so much
Modified
for your
Madness Series. Going to
participation.
talk now to the driver
Hashtag
who won here
Koma
back at Hickory Motor
Unwind
Speedway
Selfie.
on March the 23rd.
And for those that are
he
like
was
my
the points
dad
leader
that
until
do not
going out of
know
Ace
Facebook
Speedway's
or
event.
Twitter,
He sits second now in the point standings.
You
The
didn't get
driver
the
at
social
Tobaccoville,
media.
North Carolina,
I
in the
finally got my
02
dad to
entry
join
Troyer
Facebook last
chassis.
year.
Man,
He still hasn't
Tim
joined
Brown,
Twitter.
the Rocket. How's things going here today? Can we see a
And of course, you
two-peat?
can follow.
Oh, definitely. Our
the
car is extremely good.
Action
We had
at
a great
Hickory
piece
Motor
in practice
Speedway
both
at
sessions.
Hickory
And,
Speedway on Twitter. Hickory
yeah, I
Motor
love this
Speedway
place.
on
So
Facebook.
we got the same
and
setup
the
in it we
Koma
won with
Unwind
here
Modified Madness
in the
Series
spring, so we'll
at
see what we
Koma
got for them today. But I think we'll be
Unwind
fine. We'll
MMS
definitely be a
at Koma
contender.
Unwind News.
You know, Tim Brown has ran NASCAR for the
SouthernModFord.com.
touring
We're ready to go
program.
back
He's
to
ran
the
Bowman
restart
Gray
here.
Stadium for so many
70
years. He's won
laps to go.
championships
Green
at
flag
Bowman
back
Gray
in the air,
Stadium.
55
What
laps
made you
in
decide to
at
come
Hickory
and join
Motor
the
Speedway.
Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series?
Well, the
Back
whole
for the
deal
restart.
is
70
it's a
in the-
deal to
in
where you
remain.
come out here to the Coma Series.
They go down the back
You come in
straightaway.
here at 11
Bobby Sheffield
o'clock.
is out in front.
You
Josh
race at
Nichols
7
is
or
in
8.
second.
It's not a 6 o'clock in the morning
Kel
thing like the
Gale
NASCAR
will now
deal, and
circulate
they
to
keep
the
you there
scoring
till
room as the
11,
third
12, 1
place
o'clock
man.
at night. And then the money, like the Coma deal just
Johnny
pays more
Sutton,
money, and
Austin
it's a
Thompson,
better
Jeff
tire to
Foltz,
race
all in
on.
the
And
mix.
the
Caution
tracks
field
are
for debris on
somewhat
laps
closer, and the
55.
expense to run it's a little cheaper. So for our sponsors and for our families that travel around
Bobby
with this deal, it's just a
Sheffield
better
leading
deal.
the way.
And of course,
He
he
has not
won the
pitted yet.
event
Gary
here
Young
back
Jr.
in
got Jason
March.
Myers to his
Same
inside.
setup. I know it's summertime
And
conditions. It was in
Jeff
the spring
Foltz.
back in March. Any changes
Down
to
the
the
back
car to prepare
straightaway.
for the night's American Freedom
Brett Young on
125?
the inside,
Yeah, it's a
Foltz
little
on the
hotter.
middle. Here
You know,
comes
temperature-wise,
Bertuccio
we're
stuck on
in
the
the
bottom
80s
on the
today, and
outside
we were
lane.
in the
They come to
40s,
stripe of the
50s
lap.
when we were
Gary
here the
Young
last
Jr.
time
is
that
off
we
the
won.
pace.
So,
He
we
drops to
snowed
the
the car
bottom
up
of
a
the
little bit,
racetrack.
but
Problems for the
all in
number
all,
45
it's the same spring and
of
shock
Burlington,
package, just
North
a
Carolina's
little more wedge
Hollywood.
in it, and
Gary Young
I think we'll be
Jr.
fine.
He has
Keep an eye on the
lost
driver. They
ground
call
to
the
pack.
Rocket, Tim Brown from
And oh,
Tobaccoville,
we got
North
him
Carolina,
slicing and dicing
looking
them
for
on
victory
straight
lane
line
with
through
the
the
rest of
field.
the Koma Unwind
Jeremy
Modified
Mayfield
Madness
and
Stars
Rocket Tim
here at
Brown
Hickory
hooking
Motor
up and coming
Speedway.
back to the front, slicing and through the field, almost making contact with Rene Dupree, the Connecticut native, and Bert the Ace Myers, Johnny Sutton, Mike Speeney. They're all in that battle out of the corner. Johnny Sutton, the teammate with Jeremy Mayfield, they might be able to hook up with one another and try to rally to the front. He has got a battle. He's got 4 cars nestled behind him, a hornet's nest, as Gary Young Jr. comes to pit road. Lap number 62. Next time by, we're coming to halfway in 2 laps. 125 laps the distance for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series and the American Freedom 125. Bobby Sheffield leads. Josh Nichols second. Kel Gale is in third. Jeff Foltz is fourth. 3 wide. Johnny Sutton in the middle with David Calabrese. And on the outside was Tim Brown. He about banged into Bertuccio, and they had to bang fenders and back off the throttle to keep from losing it off the corner in 1. Bertuccio up to the outside wall, battling in the 2 car. And to his outside is Mayfield passing him, as Rene Dupree with a crossover move from the inside to the outside, back in turn number 1. Great racing continuing. Jason Myers now passing Jeff Foltz and Zach Brewer to move to 3rd place. Jason Myers is coming in the 4 car. Bobby Sheffield out in front. We are halfway home. Halfway. In the American Freedom 125, Bobby Sheffield leads. Josh Nichols is second. Kel Gale third. Jason Myers fourth, and Zach Brewer your top 5. Then it's Jeff Foltz, Burt Myers, Spencer Davis, Jeremy Mayfield, and Tim Brown the top 10. Rene Dupree, Austin Thompson, J.R. Bertuccio, David Calabrese, Johnny Sutton, Mike Norman, Jimmy Wallace, Gary Young Jr., and Scott Hall. Your full field rundown as we stand with 58 laps to go, working lap 67 and just passing halfway. Still out in front, leading the way, car number 9. Tim Knight won in the number 9 car for the Mini Stock Madness. Bobby Sheffield is leading in the 9 car for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, American Freedom 125. He is out in front and leads the way here in the early going as we passed halfway for this race. Lap number 69 coming up on the board. Now lap 70. 55 to go at Hickory. First time we visited, we kicked off the tour here at Hickory Motor Speedway back in March. And it was Tim Brown, the Rocket, picking up the victory. He's got a birthday and an anniversary tomorrow. And he wanted to celebrate it with a win. A couple of cars have not came to pit road and made that required 1 pit stop. So we'll see how things stand for the time being as Bobby Sheffield continues to hold on all comers. We're on lap 72. 72 of 125 here at Hickory tonight. Oh, getting loose. Tutterow in the 22. Jimmy Wallace. How in the world did he not spin out in the corner? He could have lost it in turn 4. He saved it. We are now 50 laps to go. .34. Josh Nichols, new leader, out in front. Bobby Sheffield just got past Josh Nichols, the new man. And guess who's coming back? Kel Gale, Jason Myers, Zach Brewer, all starting to run down Josh Nichols out of turn 4. Other cars coming back to the front. Jeremy Mayfield, Tim Brown, Burt Myers. We are 48 laps to go here at Hickory. 48 remaining in the American Freedom 125. Lap number 80 coming up. Josh Nichols out in front. Cars need to make pit stops in the front, have not done so. It's coming to the wire. Josh Nichols now trying to hold off and put a lap down on J.R. Bertuccio. J.R. Bertuccio from Center Reach, New York with a bad 9 to the number 2 car. And now Nichols will separate his machine of Sheffield in second. Not anymore. Sheffield to come to the bottom of the racetrack on Bertuccio and pass him. 81 laps in of 125. 44 to go here at Hickory Motor Speedway in the American Freedom 125. Burt Myers coming to the front. Jason Myers as well. Rocket Tim Brown. Jeff Foltz. They're all rallying up to the front. Oh, hold on. Mayfield in the battle on the inside with Jeff Foltz, Tim Brown, Burt Myers, and Spencer Davis. A gaggle of cars. One wrong slip, and we're going to have TROUBLA down in the turn 2 on the back straightaway. Jason Myers leads that battle. Mayfield to his inside. Here comes Tim Brown, the Rocket in the 0-2. Burt Myers will duck down in front of Davis and pick it onto him. Single file as they go back down into the corner. It is heating up. Down into the corner off of turn 2 into the back straightaway. Jason Myers, Mayfield, Tim Brown, all beginning to battle side by side. Into the corner now, they'll go back single file, exiting turn 4. Caution on the speedway, trouble. Trouble in turn number 4. Car number 59 out of Hebron, Connecticut, Rene Dupree. Rene Dupree spins it out in turn 4. Caution is out over the speedway for the third time with 41 laps to go. Caution out, 41 laps to go. Third yellow flag of the evening here in the American Freedom 125. Here's another great interview I had in the pits from Concord, North Carolina's Johnny Sutton, teammate with Jeremy Mayfield in the Koma Unwind Modified. You're enjoying the excitement of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. We're back in the pits here at the America's famous short track, Hickory Motor Speedway, and we just heard from Jeremy Mayfield. Now we're going to talk to his teammate in the number 10 entry out of Concord, North Carolina. The driver is Johnny Sutton. Johnny Sutton with a third-place finish at Ace Speedway back on June the 13th. Johnny, can we see you put this car in victory lane, and how is things going for you during the daytime runs?
Yeah, that's what we're shooting for. You know, we're out here to win. Put this Koma car in victory lane. We were pretty good in practice. We were struggling a little bit. This track's real slick during the day when it's hot. I think we got a good piece for the race. I think we'll be fast.
What is your thoughts of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series? What, Brian Weber, Randy Myers with the Southern Modified Race Tour have created for this first inaugural season?
Yeah, it's awesome just to give us guys, some of us lower budget guys, a chance to go race. They bring out the fans. It's good racing side by side. It's an awesome show. I've really enjoyed it.
Final question, how is things being hooking up with Jeremy Mayfield and him helping you out in his Troyer Chassis J2 entry?
We haven't actually been able to work a whole lot together. We've talked here and there a little bit, and we're starting to work together a little more. It's getting better. You know,
Well, you're parked beside each other, so that's a good thing, ain't it?
he's in Mooresville. You know, we're in Concord. Our shops are separate. But no, I've enjoyed talking to him, working with him. It's been awesome. He's helped me out a lot, just driving wise, you know, with all his experience. So it's been good.
That's the driver, the number 10 out of Concord, North Carolina, Johnny Sutton, looking for victory lane as the rest of the Warlords are of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series as they're getting ready to go 600 horsepower go fast around Hickory Motor Speedway very soon. As we come to 40 laps to go, race fans, we want to remind you that when you leave the gates tonight, Koma Unwind will have a bunch of cases of the relaxation drink that proudly sponsors the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, sanctioning by the Southern Modified Race Tour. We hope you've enjoyed the action here tonight at the Hickory Motor Speedway with the American Freedom 125. Get yourself a case of Koma Unwind relaxation drink on the way out. And fans, as AC/DC always plays, we salute you. Give yourselves a round of applause. We all love you. Thank you for coming out tonight. One to go. Race fans, on behalf of everybody at the Koma Unwind and B-Bev Co. beverage drink, we thank you all so much. If you love the Koma Unwind series, everybody come to your feet and salute these modified drivers. Here they come into turn 4. We're back to it again. Green flag. 84 laps in. 40 laps to go. Next time by. They'll come back to the scoring loop, and it's now Zach Brewer, the man out in front. Sparks flying on one of the chassis. That's not good. And it is on either J.R. Bertuccio from Center Reach, New York. He has got an issue in the number 2 chassis. New leader, Zach Brewer in the 31, as Bertuccio still has heavy sparks coming from the back end of that car. Battling for second spot. Here comes Tim Brown and Mayfield back in the early going. They're back up in the battle again. As they go off into the corner. Black flag being given to J.R. Bertuccio in the number 2 car for safety regulations. J.R. Bertuccio being given the black flag for safety with an issue on his car, working lap number 88 this time by. "31 laps are on the board. "31 laps. Tim Brown, the pole car, has now gone back to second. Bobby Sheffield, after that pit stop and having to come to the pits, has moved his way back inside the top 5. On the inside of Mike Speeney. Speeney on the outside, and he's got Mayfield in front of him. Lap 90 of 125. 35 laps to go. Zach Brewer, Tim Brown, Spencer Davis, Jeremy Mayfield, and Mike Speeney, your top 5. As we come down to the end of this show at Hickory Motor Speedway. Bobby Sheffield on the inside. Tim Brown second. Spencer Davis third. 30 laps to go at America's famous hometown short track. Lap 125 is the distance. We're working lap 93 now. Racing heating up in the back. They're about to go 3 wide into turn 1. Jeremy Mayfield, Jeff Foltz, Josh Nichols, all in a battle. Well, that goes on. Zach Brewer trying to pick up his first career win out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is your leader. If he wins tonight, it will make it 4 for 4. 4 different winners on the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Tour. Tim Brown did it in March. David Calabrese did it in May at Coastal Plains. Bert the Ace Myers won at Hickory. And right now, Zach Brewer trying to pick up the checkered flag as we get ready to go into triple digits on the Z-Loop Racing scoreboard. Working lap 97 of 125. Zach Brewer leads the way. Tim Brown is in second. Mike Speeney, what a good run for him in third. Bobby Sheffield is fourth. Spencer Davis, your top 5. Lap 98. 25 laps to go next time by, and we'll hit lap 100. Triple digits on the scoreboard as your leaders come to turn number 4. Zach Brewer crosses the line, 25 to go. In the American Freedom 125 here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Zach Brewer leads, Tim Brown second, Mike Speeney third. Bobby Sheffield and Spencer Davis, your top 5. Here comes Jeff Foltz trying to battle Josh Nichols for position back into turn number 1. They make contact. Nichols gets sideways in front of the machine of Spencer Davis, and they'll save it, and they go down the back straightaway. Oh, that could have been scary. They bang fenders out of turn 4. Nichols rubs fenders with Davis. Banging the tires. They're banging the Hoosier Racing tires, exiting off the corner. One wrong move, and it'll be trouble. Josh Nichols trying to get back to the front, and Jeff Foltz is behind him. Spencer Davis under attack while Zach Brewer's putting 2 cars a lap down. Johnny Sutton and Jimmy Wallace in the 10 and the 22 going a lap down. As we work lap 104 of 125 in the American Freedom 125 here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Zach Brewer has never won on the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Tour. He's looking for victory tonight. Zach Brewer from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in the Scott's Custom Cabinet Century. It knows how to win for many, many years. Scott Rigney, the car owner and the longtime driver of that car when it was number 49, has driven that machine to victory and racing all over the Southeast U.S. Josh Nichols is off the pace in the back straightaway. Problems for Josh Nichols in the 34. Bert and Jason Myers were the runners-up at Ace Speedway in the most recent event for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. We got their thoughts on pit road earlier this afternoon of what they think of this great racing series, and Bert Myers' thoughts on continuing to be the points leader. Getting ready for the American Freedom 125 for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. In the pits, we're going to talk now to the driver out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. His race shop's in Walnut Cove. He resides, of course, out of Kernersville, North Carolina. And we're talking to Bert the Ace Myers, the most recent winner at Ace Speedway on Friday, June the 13th. And you're the points leader coming out of that event. Talk about the season you've had so far going into race number 4 here at Hickory.
Well, we've had a pretty good season. We've had some top 5 finishes and a win, so we love coming to Hickory, so we're looking for some good results tonight.
And, of course, he's won here with the NASCAR touring program and many Bowman Gray Stadium championships, the touring level, the Battle of the Beach at Daytona. You have done it all, Bert Myers. What made you decide to jump on board in the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series?
Well, anybody that knows us knows if there's a modified race local that we're going to try to go to it. So we had a race last night at Caraway. We switched out some cars and came up here to race today.
There you go. And, of course, what's it going to take to come out of here with a victory? You know how tricky this racetrack is at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Well, this is about tire management, and you got to take care of your equipment. You got to be there at the end, and going fast at the beginning of the race is not going to pay off at the end. So you got to be patient, and you got to be able to make the right moves. And with the pit strategy and the mandatory pit stop, of course, that's going to play into effect. So you just never know here. I've seen it go flag to flag with no caution, and I've seen a handful of cautions. So you just got to take that green flag and see how it all shakes out.
Bertha Ace Myers, the points leader for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, going into the American Modified 125. And now I'm going to swing right over here to my left, you're right, and we're going to now catch an interview with his brother, part of the Myers Racing Stables. The one to my left, you're right, and to my left, the TV's right, is Jason Myers out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Jason's been doing great this year, doing great at Bowman Gray Stadium. He's won the championship there, and man, racing with your brother. How exciting is it, this brotherly love battle in the Koma Unwind Series?
It can be fun. Like I said, can be. I mean, it's, we're both probably overly competitive, but, it's racing. There can only be one winner. So, we try to give each other a hard time and race each other as hard as we can, but, we're still brothers and still blood. So, we just try to have fun, man. That's what this is about.
Jason, how can you say the overall season's been for you going into the summer months for this series and the inaugural tour?
Pretty good. All of our finishes have been real good. We hadn't won a race yet, but we've come really close several times. So, that's the thing right now. We're just chasing trophies. So, let's come out here today and try to have fun and try to win the race and try to outrun Big Brother over there.
What do you think of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series that Brian Weber and, of course, Randy Myers put together with the Southern Modified Race Tour sanction it?
Everything's it's eventually working itself out. There's been some kinks in the beginning, but that's like everything. Nothing's perfect. That's life. But I'm having a great time. It's a great deal. We got to thank Koma for stepping up and really helping this deal get going. But it's a great tour to come run.
You and your brother hook up a lot on the racetrack. Could we see a brotherly finish 1-2 and maybe flip-flop 1-2 this week at Hickory for this race tonight?
Yeah, I think Ace, he won and I was second. So I guess it's my turn. Maybe he can finish second tonight and I'll win.
There you go. In NASCAR for so many years, you had the Earnhardts, you had the Wallaces, you had the great names of the Pettys, and now in NASCAR, just like for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Tour, it is the Myers family, continuing the modified tradition here at Hickory Motor Speedway with the American Modified 125.
I think we'll be okay. This is a unique place. It's one of my favorite racetracks, and I wish we raced here every week.
Josh, you ran here at Hickory before, and of course, can you take anything from the past races in years past to prepare for tonight?
Yeah, you just got to be patient. This, like I said, this one of the oldest tracks around, and the surface makes it unique. So, you just, like I say, you got to be patient, got to keep the tires on the car, and there's a lot of strategy you got to, with your pit stop and all that. So just have to wait and see what happens, but got to thank everybody that helped us get here, and we'll just 125 laps, and we'll see what happens.
There you go, everybody. That's Josh Nichols in the number 34 entry. Round of applause out of Cleveland, North Carolina, ready to go tonight. Driver that's had a lot of success in racing, ready to go in the number 82 out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in the Turner Scott Motorsports Gale Force Racing Rim Heating and Air Conditioning entry from Winston-Salem, Mr. Gale Force, Cal. Cal, you ready to go here tonight, buddy?
I don't know. We struggled a little bit there in qualifying. The cars seem to be pretty decent in practice, and we're just too tight qualifying there. So we're going to make a spring change. He's already in the rear, and see if we can't make it a little better for tonight.
There you go. That's the thoughts of Cal Gale as he signs more autographs to get ready for tonight's events. Boy, she had a nice introduction. We introduced her on the racetrack in qualifying, and she was up to the top 3 at one point tonight. Hickory Motor Speedway fans, give a warm introduction to the driver who resides out of Hebron, Connecticut, in the Ed Bennett Properties entry, Mr. Rene Dupree. Renee. I said, Mrs. Renee Dupree, are you having fun tonight, ma'am?
No, I've had a horrible day. I think we've got a much faster race car than we've been able to show, so I think I've been a bit miserable today.
You put it on the outside of the front row before, the last couple of cars came down and dropped you down to fifth.
Yeah, but when you have a real fast car, that's pretty frustrating.
How exciting is it to come from Connecticut and run down here at Hickory Motor Speedway and be amongst the environment of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Tour? And you were on the social media buzz leading up to this race. Many fans were asking, was Miss Renee Dupree coming tonight?
Yeah, we certainly appreciate all that support. When we saw that Hickory was on the Koma Unwind schedule, we immediately put it on our schedule. We really like this racetrack. You put it on here anymore and we'd be down here. We love this place.
Fans, show your love to Hamburg, Connecticut's Miss Renee Dupree, ready to go tonight here in the Koma Unwind Modified Madness 125, American Freedom 125. We are going to talk to our next qualifier, and this is the driver of the number 22L Tutterow Enterprises entry from Lexington, North Carolina, Mr. Jimmy Wallace. Jimmy, you ready to go, man? How's things going for you?
Yeah, it's been going pretty good. We struggled just a little bit in practice, but we've been trying to set up for the long haul, which we've done plenty of times this year with the Koma Unwind Series. And, I think we're really going to have something for them at the end. We give up a little bit qualifying, but we had to get up a little speed to make sure we save tires at the end of this thing. So we're going to see if we got something for them.
That's Mr. Jimmy Wallace. Give him a round of applause. He's ready to go this evening. We spoke to this driver. He's going to be inside the top 5 for the races later on tonight. Fans, show your love to the driver out of Kernersville, North Carolina, the number 1, Bert the Ace Myers. They love you, Bert.
I love them too.
I know you do. Man, how excited is it here to be at Hickory, and how about tonight's race? And how about the fans? What a turnout.
It's a great turnout. What a beautiful weather. Perfect July 4th weekend. I think it's going to be a really good race tonight. Hickory is known to put on some good side-by-side racing. The field is really mixed up. And, man, I'm telling you, I'm getting excited about this.
Bert, you've ran races for so many long. You go to so many racetracks, and you hop in your modified, take the green flag, and the fans don't get to meet you. They don't get to talk to you. And people want to shake your hand. They want your autographs just like all these other 20 stars. What does that mean to you as a driver?
Well, it's very humbling, if anything. I mean, to know that these people could be anywhere in the world. They could be at the lake riding their boat, or they could be at home watching TV, and they come out to watch us race. So we're honored to be able to be here to put on this race, and thank God for being able to be out here and do this. But like I said, they can come over here and they can get an autograph, get a piece of candy. We'll shake hands and smile and talk about racing or do whatever they want to do.
How about a Hickory, North Carolina? Show your love to Bert the Ace Myers. He's also the current points leader coming into tonight's Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series American Freedom 125. We're going to go now and talk to his brother in the number 4 entry. Of course, he's out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina, leading the points at the Madhouse Bowman Gray Stadium, Jason Myers. Jason, how's things going, buddy? You ready for tonight?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready. I wish it'd cool off about 30 degrees, but hey, it's beautiful out here. Blessed to be here, and yeah, I'm definitely ready to go racing.
And signing autographs, what is your thoughts of what your brother Bert said? What is your thoughts about what you want to say to the fans before we get going tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I tell you that they could be anywhere. A lot of people go to the beach, whatever, but to spend your July 4th Saturday afternoon down here to watch us race it means a whole lot to us, and we really appreciate everybody coming out. We're going to try to put on a great show for them.
Now, we were talking during pre-race. You finished second to your brother Bert at Ace. Now it's time to return the favor, and he goes, does the shake and bake return to you and let you be Cal Naughton to win?
Yeah, I finished second down here the first time and second at Ace. I think it's my turn to get my picture made with that checkered flag.
There you go. Fans, he's out of Walnut Cove, North Carolina, the number 4, Jason Myers. Race fans, I've known this driver for a very, very long time as well. He's ran super late models, but he loves his modifieds. He resides, ladies and gentlemen, at Center Reach, New York, in the Gershaw Recycling entry. How about it? Show your love for Mr. J.R. Bertuccio. J.R. Bertuccio, you ready to go, buddy?
Oh, yeah. We came down here. We ran pretty good in practice. Tried something in time and put ourselves in the back of the field, but should be exciting for the fans to watch.
JR, you've got a little bit more experience in running these modified cars than Jeff Foltz do, but you run them full-fendered super late models. What is your thoughts on the comparisons of running two and the differences?
Well, I've only run a super late model one race. I've run modifieds my whole life, but modifieds, those are my roots, and that's where I come from, and that's pretty much what I want to run all the time.
Run modifieds, that's in his grassroots. He's ran it for so many long. And how about a round of applause, everybody, from Center Reach, New York. J.R. Bertuccio, ready to go in car number 2. We're going to talk to our next driver in the Sheffield Motorsports entry number 9. Bobby Sheffield, one of the regulars at the Madhouse. Bobby, you ready to go, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. We have a better car than what I qualified, so I'm excited about getting this thing going.
Ready to bring it to the front, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Man, what is your thoughts of being a part of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series?
I think it's awesome, man. It's Brian's done a great job putting this together, and just fortunate to be able to come out and be a part of it.
There you go, everybody. Round of applause. Number 9, Bobby Sheffield from Mooresville, North Carolina. We're going to talk now to the driver, the number 10, the bad boy, Johnny Sutton from Mooresville, North Carolina, driving the Koma Unwind Sutton Racing back co-team car with Jeremy Mayfield. And how's things going for you, bad boy?
Yeah, we're running real well. We'll be real good in the race. We got a good race trim. Qualified not too well, but I think we'll be all right.
Good time in practice. You look really, really strong. What do you got to change to prepare for tonight's event?
Yeah, we actually made a couple gear changes today to kind of help it out in the race, and I think we'll be good. I mean, we made a few adjustments here and there, and
there you go, and that's the driver, Mr. Bobby Sutton, ready to go. Johnny Sutton, I'm sorry, to Mooresville, North Carolina in the number 10. Well, Hickory Motor Speedway, he was quick man in overall practice, and he put an awesome performance in qualifying. He'll be inside the top 5 for the race later on tonight. Former Sprint Cup racer star in NASCAR out of Owensboro, Kentucky, now from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina, in the Koma Unwind Relaxation Drink Troyer Chassis J2. Give it up to Jeremy Mayfield. Big introduction, Jeremy. Welcome to Hickory.
Man, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor tonight to come here and run with all these guys, and our car's really good in practice, and hopefully we can put on a good show for all the fans here. I know there's a bunch of them here tonight that want to make a lot of noise for us, and we appreciate them all coming.
I think you are more ready for tonight's race than you've been at all these other racetracks. It just seems like you love this place at Hickory.
Yeah, we've run several test sessions and stuff here, and feel really good about it. And I got a great race car tonight, thanks to Dave Brigatti and all his team from New York, and they come down and give me a great race car, and all my guys are here working with them, and just a great deal so far and having a lot of fun.
There you go. And, of course, what is your thoughts of running in this series, and how about the masses and masses of fans meeting these new stars and these modifieds in the Koma Tour?
Well, it's pretty awesome. I'm just, proud to be here and glad to be here. And I just want to thank Koma. They've done a great job on the series. The series has got a lot of good cars here tonight. And, the fans are super. And like I said, Koma's done a great job. And I think everybody ought to try that stuff, too. It's great. Works good and just a great product.
And, of course, always remember, there's 2 sides to every story. And to see his story, along with his wife Shayna Mayfield's version of what happened, which got him booted out of NASCAR for unforeseen reasons, go on YouTube to J2 Mayfield and subscribe on their channel. Fans, round of applause from Owensboro, Kentucky, Jeremy Mayfield. And there you have it, the drivers of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series on a beautiful, hot summer day in July. They're getting ready for the action to heat up, more excited on the racetrack as we continue our coverage of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. Go to southernmodtour.com to follow where we'll be at a track near you, and for all the action at America's famous short track, HickoryMotorspeedway.com. Fans, make some noise worldwide. Give these drivers a round of applause. Here they go on the restart. Coming to turn 4. To the line. 19 remains. Green flag is out. And they bring it back into power into turn 2 on the back straightaway. Burt Myers, Jeremy Mayfield battle door to door. They're trying to rally to the front. He's behind his brother Jason Myers. Back down the front stretch into turn 1. Zach Brewer holding on. Tim Brown second. Bobby Sheffield's third. Mike Speeney with an outstanding job. He's in 4th. Jason Myers, David Calabrese. Here comes Burt Myers on the inside of Jason Myers, his brother, David Calabrese on the bottom. 3 wide. Spencer Davis in the middle as they go back down into turn number 1. Spencer Davis, Kel Gale. Jeff Foltz back out there on the racetrack after his issue that brought out the caution on lap number 106. 3 wide again with David Calabrese in the middle. Jeff Foltz, Jeremy Mayfield. Trouble, turn 2. 1 car's off the pace. Spencer Davis in the 79. Oh, no. Trouble for Spencer Davis. The Dawsonville, Georgia native with a great run going for him has an issue and stalls in turn 2 to bring out the caution on lap 110 with 15 laps to go. 15 laps remaining. $15 laps to go. And the caution coming out. Caution coming out for Spencer Davis. As he's on pit road getting checked out, having assistance done on the 79 entry. The 20 means 21. Coors Light from Dawsonville, Georgia. Tough break for Spencer Davis as he's on pit road. 15 laps to go here tonight at Hickory Motor Speedway for the American Freedom 125. Free pass being given to Jimmy Wallace. He'll now take his spot back at the back. Pulling in front of the pace car. Choose rule going on at the Koma cone at the start-finish line. 2 before we go back to green. As they will decide inside or outside for their choosing. What an event, what a race coming up for the finish of this deal. 15 laps to go. Zach Brewer and Tim Brown continue to battle side by side. 1 to go, and we're back at it again in the American Freedom 125. 1 to go. Here we go down the back stretch. Getting ready to bring the field back up to power. Green flag. Zach Brewer, Tim Brown, and we're at it again. 15 to go at Hickory. Off at a 1 and 2. Zach Brewer, Tim Brown out in front. Bobby Schaufield in third. Mike Speeney in fourth. Here comes Burt and Jason Myers. They're going to start to come to the front. Burt Myers goes to the outside. Leaves his brother hanging in the middle. Battle into the bottom of Jeff Foltz. Burt Myers found the opening on the outside lane, and he went out for it. And the ace goes now into fourth. Closing in, passing Mike Speeney. Now he's going to close it on Bobby Sheffield and Tim Brown for second and third as the race comes to a close. 13 to go at Hickory. What an event for the American Freedom 125. Bobby Sheffield in the middle. Car shoots up the racetrack. That's Jeff Foltz. shooting up like a rocket out of a cannon. And while that goes on, Burt Myers has passed 3 cars in 2 laps to go to the bridesmaid spot. He's in second. The ace is coming. He just passed the Rocket Tim Brown, the March Hickory winner, moving to position number 2. Zach Brewer and Burt Myers, shades of mano y mano at the last event at Ace Speedway. Much of the night, these guys went at it 1 and 2. And now, Brewer and Myers set it up for a battle at Hickory with 10 laps to go. 10 laps remaining. Zach Brewer trying to pick up the win. Burt Myers is second. Bobby Sheffield third. Tim Brown, Mike Speeney, your top 5. What a shootout coming up. Cross the line. Another lap on the board. And this race is down to the wire. 8 to go. 8 remaining for Zach Brewer. Zach Brewer trying to pull the upset. Trying to be the man to take the win. 4th different winner of the tour. But Burt the Ace Myers is closing fast. He won at Ace Speedway back in June the 13th, the last event we had on the tour. And now he's trying to set his sights in on Zach Brewer for the finish. 5 laps to go. Car off the pace in the back straightaway. J.R. Bertuccio from Center Reach, New York. Will he come to pit road? Zach Brewer in his own world. Nobody can get Brewer. And Bertuccio makes it to pit road. Will stay green. No caution. 4 to go. Time running out. 2 to go for Zach Brewer. Brewer in his own world. Into turn 1, passing lap machines. Johnny Sutton going a lap down. Brewer doing exactly what he needs to do. Shades of what happened at Ace with the reversal. They come out of turn 4. The white flag's in the air. 1 more lap to go in the American Freedom 125. Zach Brewer leads the way in the number 31 Scott's Custom Cabinet Century for so many years, proudly putting in victory lane with Scott Rigney behind the wheel. Now the car owner, and Zach Brewer makes it the 4th different winner, winning at Hickory Motor Speedway with the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series American Freedom 125. Burt on the way out.
Folks, back up, please. Flair Blair.
Zach Brewer from Winston-Salem, Carolina. Here you go, brother. Chill down with that. Race fans, 4 for 4 for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Tour. How about it for Zach Brewer, fans? Oh, Zach, congratulations, buddy. Awesome performance. Shades of what happened at Ace Speedway a couple of weeks ago. You know, you and Burt Myers were battling in the early going, and then, of course, you faded off after that pit stop. But, man, you was on your A game tonight. Congratulations, sir.
You talk about Ace last week. I go all the way back to the tour race here where I spun the tires on the restart and got into the 79. I felt like that one was mine. I felt like Ace last week was mine, but tonight it is it. And we're so proud. My grandmother passed away on Thursdays, and this was the easiest race I drove ever. And she was with me tonight. My dad, he puts everything into this deal. So many people help us. It's just a great deal.
You know, we said that during the autograph session was that, you know, everything was just perfect. The weather was perfect. You know, even after the passing of your grandmother, just everything fell into place. And there's got to be tears in heaven right now. If it started sprinkling, I think that would be her.
It's awesome, man. I got a little girl. Gonna be here in just a couple weeks, and you know, this one's for her too. It's just so much going on in my life, so much positive. You surround yourself with good people, and this is where you end up.
How about this modified series, the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Tour? 4 different winners in 4 races.
You know, Brian Weber, he's done so much for this deal, Koma, Unwind, everybody. He said before the race he'd like to see another winner, so we got in here. But there's another tour that better start looking out because this thing's growing and it's looking good.
In Anderson, South Carolina, where we go in August.
Yeah, I wasn't real sure what I was going to do about Anderson because it's a week before my baby's due, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. We take it one race at a time. And, you know, if it wasn't for people like Nick Harrison, Tony Thompson with Cash Now, Teddy Brown with Tar Heel Wood Florence, Scott Rigney.
Where's Scott at? Where's Scott Rigney?
Scott's at the lake or something. He didn't even come tonight, but Scott's Custom Cabinets, I mean, he gives me a race car and just told me to go run it. The guy's only come to one race, and he calls me and wants to know what's going on. But just to have an owner that's just, I mean, he gives me everything I need to be able to race. And, you know, I was sitting on the sideline and didn't have a ride. And sometimes you don't know when you're going to run again or when you're going to win again. But I feel like the next one's going to be pretty soon.
Congratulations, fans. He makes it to 4 different Unwind Modified Madness Series. Car number 31 out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Give it up to Mr. Zach Brewer. We're going to talk to our second place finisher in tonight's event here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. We're going to come down here and talk to the driver. That was the winner at Ace Speedway back in June for the Friday the 13th event. He rallied. He come back to the front. Let's give it up to the driver out of Kernersville, North Carolina, Bert the Ace Myers. Bert, runner-up spot, second position, but man, you were coming strong.
We had a great race car. Before the initial pit stop, we had a good car, and I fell back, and then I charged back to the front, and then it was time to put our right rear on. And after we put our right rear on, the car was just too free. So I told the guys, I said, we're going to have to ride here, catch a caution, come in and make an adjustment. And we came in and made that adjustment and had a great race car. The couple cautions there at the end hurt us. Being in the wrong line there with about 2 restarts to go hurt us. I'd like to see one more caution flag to see what I could do with Zach, but he had a great race car. I couldn't catch him. But second place finish tonight after, you know, minimal sleep. The guys working hard last night and then to get ready for tonight and to come here. It's a great race. I hope the fans enjoyed it.
And, you know, he was talking about so many things that he had at his family, the passing of his grandmother, and just seemed like everything fell into place. The cards fell into position to have things happen the way they do. And you've had that happen in your ways in the racing before, Burt Myers.
Yeah, that's why it's called racing and not winning. We just worked hard. And like I said, had our adjustment after we put a tire on been good, then I could have paced myself differently and maybe been in the top 2 or 3 there, where I could have made a run closer to the end and not had to charge through the pack. But, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, you know, with about, 106 on the board, I think we were about 8th. So, like I said, he come home.
Passed 5 cars in 2 laps on the restart.
I knew we had a race car there. It's just a matter of lane selection and where you needed to go and when you needed to go and what cars were going to be where. But, you know, like I said, hats off to Zach. They had a good run. Second place finish for us tonight. We'll take it.
And, of course, now you pack up and go to Anderson Motor Speedway August the 15th for the next stop for the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series and have the points lead.
Sounds good to me.
Fans, give it up to Bert the Ace Myers. Second spot here tonight in the American Freedom 125. Third place finisher to the driver of car number 9, Bobby Sheffield out of Mooresville, North Carolina. What a performance for Bobby. Bobby, it was like you won tonight, man. You led most of the way. Feels like a win, don't it, brother?
Not quite, but we'll take it. The third's not bad.
And turning things around. You said you wanted to have a good run tonight. You felt things were on the rise, and, man, tonight proved it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'll take third.
Let's talk about the work that you did when you came in and made that green flag pit stop, because you were kind of the last cars to come in and get it done. Was that strategy to do that?
It was. I was at one point contemplating whether we were going to go, you know, green the rest of the way or stay out, and we decided to come in and put that right rear tire on, and it helped the car a lot.
And, of course, now carrying this momentum going to Anderson August the 15th. I know you're ready to put that number 9 Sheffield Auto Parts entry in victory lane.
Yeah, I'm ready for sure.
He finishes in third spot. Give him a round of applause. Car number 9 resides out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Bobby Sheffield. Third place finisher. And, of course, we're going to talk now to the Mod Light winner
of tonight's event. Race fans here at Hickory Motor Speedway and those that are tuned into our coverage of the Koma Unwind Modified Series, in addition to the 600 horsepower modifieds and winner Zach Brewer taking the victory, we also have the Mod Light Series, separate points fund, separate purse pay championship at the end of the year, and this man getting ready to pull into victory lane is the Hayes Jewelers King of Diamonds number 22 entry, Tutterow Enterprises entry from Lexington, North Carolina. Fans, we'll get ready to introduce him in just a moment. After we get Zach Brewer rolled out of the way, he'll come to victory lane, and that is Mr. Jimmy Wallace. Of course, awesome racing tonight for the American Freedom 125. You can follow the exciting action of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series at Koma Unwind MMS. For the official Bevco Beverage Drink News at Koma Unwind News. And, of course, Southern Mod Race Tour on Twitter and Facebook, Southern Modified Race Tour, Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. And, of course, at this great racetrack with so much history, Hickory Motor Speedway. You can go to Hickory Motor Speedway on Facebook, hickorymotorspeedway.com, and at Hickory Speedway on Twitter. We're getting ready to pull the number 22 to victory lane, and we're going to talk to Jimmy Wallace, the Mod Light winner, here in just a moment, here on our coverage of the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, American Freedom 125. And, of course, he'll be ready to climb out of the car. There he is right now. Fans, give a round of applause. Car number 22L from Lexington, North Carolina. Give it up to Mr. Jimmy Wallace. Jimmy, Mod Light winner, and, man, competition tonight. You had to battle 5 different modifieds for the win.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we been running pretty good on this deal the last few races, and we kind of struggled a little bit first part of race tonight, and there at the end we tried to save tires as much as we could and bring it on. But you know, I got to thank these guys for working on this car and all that we've done. You know, this week it's been a lot of racing with Tutterow Racing this week, and I can't thank Larry Tutterow and Jason Tutterow enough for what they do.
Yeah, Caraway for 2 days, and the modifieds last night. Of course, the Koma Unwind Modified Series, the best modified series in the country here tonight at Hickory Motor Speedway, and, man, winning the Mod Light event. What do you think of this great tour that Brian Weber and Brandy Myers have put together?
I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's a good thing what Koma's trying to do for the sport, and you know, that's what we need is a good sponsor that wants to stay behind it and stick in there and keep feeding money into this deal, because, you know, this we can't let short track racing die, and that's what's going to happen without people like Koma and great sponsors to keep this thing going.
And what a great crowd here tonight, man! What an awesome turnout!
It really was, and this is what this is for. I hope we put on a good show for the fans, and I hope that they got their money's worth tonight. And, you know, it's one of them things that without fans and sponsors, you know, we can't do this.
There you go. Wallace race fans, the winner of the Mod Light event here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And I understand the driver of the number 9 car of Tim Knipe was illegal after post-race inspection, so your official winner in tonight's Mini Stock Madness event, car number 24, race fans, give him a round of applause, Steven Sanders taking the trophy. Steven, great job, buddy. Congratulations on that win.
Thank you, bud. I got to thank my dad. I didn't even know I was running. I got here, and he said, climb in the car, and we went racing.
Absolutely, and of course the Sanders name is popular in motorsports. You've had a great career, and of course backing with guys like the late Archie Sanders and AJ Sanders, you have got an up-and-coming career.
Yeah, this wins for him.
This wins for Archie Sanders. Steven Sanders winning the inaugural Mini Stock Madness. And that's going to wrap up for our coverage here at Hickory Motor Speedway with the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series. Always, thank you to everybody from Hickory Motor Speedway. You can follow us at southernmodtour.com and at Twitter at Koma Unwind MMS. Grab you a great Koma Unwind relaxation drink. What an event here at Hickory Motor Speedway, as in 4 different tour races in the inaugural season of 2014. 4 different winners with tonight's winner. From everybody at the Koma Unwind Modified Madness Series, I'm Wesley Outland from Hickory Motor Speedway. God bless.